Anita.
And it's me, Danny.
And you're now listening to Ashotofnoire. So, Danny, what is going on? What has been new and old and in between?
I was thinking about this earlier today. I don't know. I've been stressed the past, I feel like a couple weeks. Not quite sure why. I'm just looking at odd space.
Okay.
Yeah. It just feels weird. Like, I've been reevaluating a lot of stuff. Like, do I really... I think my Facebook group just puts a whole damper on my life, and I'm just going to delete the whole thing. Like, somebody came up to me and gave me the most anxiety because they was like, you can never delete that group. Like, it's bigger than you.
Oh, wow.
And I was like,
Like, why would you say that?
And he was like, because, like, people move to Charlotte, and then they meet one person and tell them to join this group. And then they completely change their lives, and they meet new people. And I was just like, yeah, I get that. It's a lot of pressure, but I just don't want to do it no more. I feel like people ruined it for me.
I mean, I feel like that's why you have admin to kind of, you know, do the day in and day out stuff of it, so you don't have to like really feel overwhelmed by it.
And maybe it's not even a group. Maybe it's the people that
I definitely feel that part.
And not in the group.
Well, that part. That's a whole nother ball game right there.
Like, you think that Facebook groups are paying people's bills the way that they act?
I mean, if you see people's statuses on Facebook and as much as they post, you'd be like, I know they got to be paying you. So now that they have another listening audience, why not?
Oh, it's disgusting. It's so sickening. It just makes me realize how whack people are in real life. Well,
guess what? What do I always say? Some people wasn't popping, and it shows. And some still ain't, and it shows.
Some lames.
But hey, that's why you just can't give your energy to stuff like that. Like, I just be looking at you like, okay, you know, go back into my fairy world where I learned how to, you know, make a whole bunch of different cakes and pop pimples and turn men into women.
You're a pimple popper watcher?
Oh, hell yeah. And I don't know why people are now into this dandruff thing, because those videos come up on my thing. I can't watch that. No. That's just weird. They're like, I haven't even scratched it in days. And then they get the comb and they're like, I'm like, no.
I've never seen that before, but because you mentioned it, it's going to start popping up on my
It is. It's so freaking nasty.
I don't like that. I don't like pop and pimple videos.
I love it.
I don't like none of that.
And ingrown hairs. I cannot wait until my man lay in my lap and I can just get his beard and take out his ingrown hairs.
Oh my God.
I cannot wait. I'm so excited about that. Like, babe, come here. Because you know everybody I talk to always have a beard anyway. Yeah. Like, babe, come here. Let me get them ingrown hairs for you.
No, the only thing I do is rub beard butter in it. That's about as far as
I'm gonna just get them right. I'm gonna do it all. I got them. Like, come here, babe. I got you. What else is going on? You told us about the bad. Tell us about the good. I don't know. It's really weird. I don't know. Sis was
it's this lady walking by.
I think she's trying to go in that room right there. It was confused. Bless her little heart. She had a cute little dress on though. Sundress season.
I saw her here.
Who should I?
What else has been going on? What's good?
Clappers.
What's something positive that's happened?
Really so that just means that you really have been dwelling on the negative stuff if you can't think about.
I know.
That's not good.
So stressed. I think it's because my cycle has been on.
Okay.
I'm making a doctor's appointment tomorrow to have my birth control removed. Like, I'm like,
finally
is like just remove it. And then it's trap a nigga season because as soon as this nigga graduates,
I'm stressed already.
He switches jobs and all. As soon as I see a drop of like security, because he's like, he's secure now, but he's gonna add 2 securities. Oh,
not 2 securities.
Trap a nigga season is definitely. I can't wait. So yeah.
Okay.
Give me about a year, and I'll be on here talking about morning sickness.
How is it? It's a year of trap season.
I mean, not. Yeah.
That's a really long season.
6 months. Give me 6 months.
I feel like it takes a little bit less time to trap a nigga.
I was saying, because I was counting in the 9 months, and I wasn't thinking.
But you said morning sickness, so I'm
I
like, by next.
I messed up. I'll be talking about changing diapers.
Okay. I thought I turned my off.
Now I gotta think of something positive that's happened. Oh, I've been having some really productive days. Like one day I cleaned my car out. Mostly.
Oh my God. Oh.
Not all the way because it was hot outside. I couldn't do it. But
okay.
Like somebody can sit in my car now.
What?
Yeah.
Not just you.
Not just me.
Because you definitely had a one-seater.
I felt so bad the other night whenever Audrey really wanted to go, and I was like, I'll take you, and then I forgot about my car, and I was like,
yeah, I definitely wasn't driving all the way over there. I was like, who's this?
I would have drove over there.
I mean, but you live over there.
Mm-mm.
Where you was talking about?
Talking about Saturday night when she was ready to go.
Yeah, you live closer to over there, don't you?
Oh, no, but she still would have had to go back to...
Her car was there, though.
Oh, see, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, her car was over there. She drove over there.
I thought she was needed to get her bag or something.
No, her car, she had drove over there.
Oh, yeah, I would have done that anyway, and I would have just came back, but I was like, there's, because she was like, I can just move stuff, and I was like, you don't understand, it's not
like, see, somebody sit on all this
move shit to the side.
I will air this bitch out. We was ready to go since like 9 o'clock, because, okay, let me tell you, so Audrey's nail appointment was at 10, mine was at 12, but I wanted a new set, so you know, if you get a new set, you gotta soak the old set off. And that takes a long time, so I had already told Audrey, I was like, I'm gonna come over there. I'm gonna come there early. Mm-hmm. And then she ended up texting me like, you still coming early? And I was like, I really wasn't, but okay, sis, I'm coming. And so I get there and I'm soaking, and Audrey's like, fuck it, I'm gonna go get some wine when she finishes, because they just opened this food line right like 2 walking minutes away from the shop. So she comes back with cups, a bottle of wine, snacks for her daughter. Well, for Shayna's daughter, and some chicken salad. And so she pours the bottle of wine into 3 cups, the whole bottle going 3 cups. And so I can't use my nails, and there's a straw, so I'm like, okay, I'm about to suck it up and whatever. We finished the wine in 10 minutes. Like, it was gone. And so then she was like, 20 minutes later, she's like, damn, I should have bought another one. 15 minutes after that, I'm gonna go get another bottle. You want another bottle? And I'm just looking at her like, sis, first off, Shayna's at work. And at work means she's currently doing my nails. No, she don't want no more damn wine. She got to finish my nails. And so that was at what, 12-ish when we start drinking. And then it was hot as hell. And then by the time, then she made me go to the mall. By the time we went and did all of that, get to Ronnie's house where we drank some more, and then get to the party, we had already been drinking for majority of the day. So by 9 o'clock, we done. And we just sitting there like.
And everybody was so hyped. And I was just, I remember before I would be so hyped with them, but I was just like, it's not there for me anymore.
I was hot and exhausted. And the itis, I hadn't ate that food. Like, I was good. I was like, I am ready to go to sleep.
By the time I tried to catch up with everybody, because I was like, I'm like this because I'm sober. So Whitehurst came and poured me like half a cup of Crown, and I added a little bit of Coke, and I just drank it. And then I still didn't really get like drunk. And then, well, maybe a little tiny bit. And then I remember eating like a hot dog, a random hot dog. Random hamburger meat. And then I almost got everybody to go to a pool party, but I was just like, because by that time I started to feel my liquor like later on. But while everybody was really hyped, I was just sitting there looking like, I'm ready to go.
I didn't wake back up until I seen Florida Evans.
You know what? Yesterday, somebody was looking at a picture of a girl, and it was like, they were saying she was like Florida Evans. And you just said that, so it must have been the same person that yesterday. That's mean.
Okay. She definitely looked like Florida. And so Audrey moved from by me when I said that baby looked like Florida. She looked like I ain't gonna tell you the other part because that's mean. But she did look like Florida Evans. And then her flap from her onesie was sticking out. Bless her heart. Her friends didn't tell her.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, I was like, damn, you got a whole bunch of friends in here and they ain't tell you. I ain't your friend, so I can't tell you, but...
I remember something positive.
Okay, finally. So I can tell y'all about what's been going on with me.
Yesterday, I went to get an oil change and they did it for free.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, because I was like, don't you want to give me my oil change for free? And I got smile really big. And
Is that how that works?
Yeah, and I made sure I wore like a low-cut shirt. Pretty much. He did.
The hell you be going to get
It
your
was
oil
like
change from?
At Take 5 in university.
Take 5 be expensive?
Yeah.
No, not Take. Yeah.
But it was crazy. So I had like the little the invoice that said $0 on it. There was a small receipt on the back stapled to it, and it said $70, and then it had the last 4 digits of a credit card. So I'm thinking that maybe he just paid for it and told me he did it for free.
Oh.
Yeah. So
That'd
I
be
told
really
him,
nice.
I was like, come to Restaurant and I'll buy y'all a drink. And I was like, okay.
They be cute though. The
That's
dudes in
inside?
there. Yeah, they be
Yeah,
real
they
cute. You said the one off of Mallet Creek?
Yep.
Yeah, they were real cute. I was real sad when I got that total. I was never again will I
No,
ever.
just ask them. Like, I don't know who controls, just at least ask for a discount, they'll give it to you.
I was like, hell no. I said, oh no. But they was real cute. I was like, damn, I try to holler if you ain't make me, pay for my whole oil change in here like that.
Yep, that's what they do. And then he told me, because I thought at the time all I needed Freon in my fucking air conditioner. And so he was like, if you go buy it, I'll put it in there for you. So I went and looked on to Advance, and they did like some little test, and then they was like, no, your car doesn't need Freon. It's something wrong with your air conditioner. So,
Ooh, yeah.
yeah.
Well, at least it's cooling off now. So on your
Yeah,
ride
my
home,
ride here wasn't bad at all.
Okay.
I mean, it was loud. Like, I can't talk on the phone while I drive, which is something I
the
do
windy.
every time.
the
Yeah.
windy.
But it's okay. Like, it's fine. I'm not gonna stress about. It's so funny when things like that happen. I don't stress about that. Like, I'll have the money for
But
it.
stress.
But everything else, I'll stress. I mean, nobody will know about it because I hide it. But I'd be so fucking aggravated.
Join the club.
Yeah.
But anyways,
How have you been?
I have been great. Outside of me being super annoyed with my place of employment, I have been good. Like still going on really dope dates and spending amazing quality time. And too bad we weren't recording on time because you guys would have been able to see these flowers that were brought to me today.
You can still go get them.
I'm not getting up right now, but
yeah,
they're really nice.
She gonna make us a bring it. Oh, you gonna bring her flowers?
Niggas, baby, he gonna be like, do you now?
I mean, this is the first time I'm saying
right. But yeah.
Still brought you flowers.
Yeah, it's really sweet.
Congrats,
Really sweet.
mystery man. I am now team you because I know you're gonna hear this.
Anywho, so yeah, definitely have been keeping a smile on my face and making me be positive. And that's like really hard for me sometimes because a lot of times I'll focus in on negative things and it just becomes me. And so then I'll notice that I'm going out more, I'm drinking more because I don't want to think about that, But so yeah, that part has been really great. I am so sad that I have been forgetting to tell you guys about this date that I went on some time ago. Since we've been recording on my phone, I never get to look at my notes anymore. And so I went to, or did I tell you? I feel like I put it on Facebook. I never told it on the podcast, but I had put it on Facebook when I was like, the lady was being racist.
No, I don't remember this.
Okay, so went to Mr. Tokyo. Everybody loves Mr. Tokyo. And so met this guy there, and we're sitting and waiting because it was super busy. So this lady is sitting there, this older lady, and so what she does is she keeps looking over, right? And so he's sitting to the left of me and she's sitting to the left of him. And so with me looking at him talk about all this tech stuff that he wanted to talk about, I keep seeing her because what he's talking about, I cannot focus on. I'm like, I'm gonna fall asleep.
Right.
So she's looking at me, then she's looking him up and down. So I'm like, okay. But he just came from work, and I had just came from work. So, you know, we looked presentable. This day, I really wasn't looking like a bum at work. I actually looked like somebody. So then I catch her again. She looks him up and down. And I'm like, what the hell? And we're really close at this point because they only have like 4 or 5 chairs over on the side or whatever where you can sit and wait to be seated at. So finally, the person to the right of me gets up. So I slide over, and he slides towards me. Mm-hmm. She's about to put her purse down beside her. She looks at him, and then she like puts it in her lap and basically clutches it. Mm-hmm. And so I'm looking at her like, really, sis? Like, nobody's worried about you. Don't nobody want your little funky ass money.
Right.
Don't nobody want your funky ass. Like, nobody. And so I'm like, okay. And so I finally said something to him, and he's like, really? He was like, I thought she just looked at you. I didn't really, you know, I ain't paying no attention. So then he looks, and she looked. And she looks off, but she would never every time she would make eye contact, she would just try to look off.
Right.
And so then, what did she do? She was about to open her purse, and then she zipped it up again. And I'm like, what the hell is wrong with this little old hag? I was like, I hear about stuff and I see it on TV, but I've never experienced anybody acting like that. Like, why are you, like, we at Mr. Tokyo, we can be, I mean, it's not like we at, I don't know, some 5-star dining restaurant where you probably wouldn't see the colors. Like, it's fucking Mr. Tokyo, bitch. And so I was like, and I told him, I was like, if this was not our first outing together, I promise you I'd have went off on that little old lady. Like, I don't want you to think that this is who I am, but no, she needs to be corrected. And so when we got up, we got seated before her, which made me feel amazing. Mm-hmm. So I turned around and looked at her, and then she just looked, and she finally made eye contact, and she wanted to smile at me. And I'm just like, bitch, I just need you to know that I see you. Like, why are you acting like that? You have no call.
I don't even like white people half the time.
And I just was like, I just don't get it. Like, every time I try to like them, like, it's like I see one of your doggone old folks, and they acting like this. And I'm like, you probably the one who was on Django that made the damn white sheets to go on their heads, but then give them no mouthpieces. You just gave them the eyeball pieces. Just pissed me the hell off. I was just like, this is ridiculous. Makes no sense. But yeah, I didn't mean to tell y'all that, because beware of the white devil that is out there, okay, guys? They are out here to ruin your dates, okay? I just need to tell y'all that. Everything else that's going on with me, I don't feel like anything else currently. I don't think anything else has happened. Not that I want to talk about. No.
Yeah, I don't have anything either.
Yeah, no.
It's a pretty dull.
Oh, but y'all do need to watch Jailbreak. Oh my goodness.
All I know is that Quay does not seem thrilled with this show.
Watch Jailbreak. I promise y'all, please somebody start watching it so we can talk about it.
Through toilets? I'm confused.
So what happens is, I'm excited. So what happens is they talk through what they call kites or whatever, so they can write little love letters or whatever.
So was it other people that's in the jail with you?
Yes, but see, the toilets can be connected like upstairs, they can connect it downstairs. And so what you do is you take all the water out the toilet, and then you knock. And then you start talking in the toilet, and you're like, hey, is anybody on the line? Is anybody on the line? And so then they start, talking to each other. And then if they want to send messages and stuff, apparently they can send food too, because the girl had said, yeah, I sent some noodles and some Cheetos earlier. What they do is you got to tell them that you ready to do the message or whatever. So you tie some underwears or t-shirts or something together. And I think they put like spoons in the mix or something. And so what you do is you got to flush the toilets at the same time so that the cords will tangle up together. And then they can pull it to whichever way they're trying to go.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's innovative.
They said one girl had got mad at another girl, so she had fucked her toilet up. So it fucked up everybody's toilet. So she was like, fuck it, ain't nobody getting no messages around this bitch.
Wow.
Yes.
I would be scared to do that because like everybody gonna want to fuck you up.
Yeah, they was like like everything was flooded, like all the bathrooms and stuff like that on the whole, like on that level was fucked up because she had fucked them up. Mm-hmm.
That's so selfish.
But they be passing all kinds of stuff through that thing. They was like, but some people had put like cups, and then they was talking through the cups. Some people had their whole head in the toilet talking. Yeah, like, and it was like several couples. You know, the man was dating several women in there. You know, and the girl, she was just like, you know, I ain't never felt love like this before. He told me he gonna hold me down or whatever like that. And I'm gonna hold him down because, you know, I love him.
Oh, God. I'm gonna watch it. I haven't watched, usually I stay on Netflix, but I haven't watched anything on Netflix in a few weeks.
Y'all, she ain't even watched.
I haven't watched.
She's Gotta Have It. And I wanted to talk.
Season.
I wanted to talk to you guys about that today.
That's on my home.
And she didn't watch it. So we're gonna be late after all the other podcasts.
So the reason why is because my bed is broke.
What?
You know why it's broke. My bed broke.
Bruh.
It broke bad.
Bruh, what that got to do with the TV?
Because I can't watch the TV on the floor. I gotta sit on my bed, and the shit is fucked. Like,
Why your bed broke, sis?
Big baby broke it.
Bruh. Y'all was on nothing. Did you just snort all the time?
I always snort. I can't help it. But just figure out how that happened.
We can't. Who can? I can't unsee it now.
I didn't open my throat enough to not snort at that time.
I was about to say that's how the bed broke because you didn't open your throat enough.
No, I'm talking about to prevent me snorting.
Oh, okay. I was about to say.
I consciously like be open my mouth wide when I laugh so I don't snort.
Okay. That's why she sucks dick so good.
That shit, man, that shit broke. It broke before with my ex.
Okay. I mean, I get that much.
Yeah, and every time he would just.
Although I feel like they probably heard it because I definitely heard it in my headphones.
You broke it.
Okay.
And
Hit
every
the
time
bottom.
he would fix it, and so this time it's like
It's unfixable.
if you look underneath my bed, it's like pieces of wood.
You need to go get you some wood.
I know I need like a new wood planks or something. I was talking to maybe it was Los yesterday about it. He's got to get some new planks or something. So yeah, I haven't slept in that bed in a really long time. I just sleep on my couch.
And you can't watch TV out in the living room?
I can. I don't know why I haven't just moved the my fire stick into the living room.
Yeah, because
I don't know why I haven't done that, but I need to. Also, I'm just obsessed with weddings and stuff lately. That's why you see the first thing I said, I was like, whenever you get married, you gotta have red and yellow because you look really good.
sunflowers.
Yeah, and I've already started planning. I got like a whole centerpiece in my head.
Of my wedding?
I've just been thinking about weddings.
I already told you what the theme was gonna be though when we was watching that wedding show that day when my house was a co-working space.
Yeah.
Yeah, I put it in my notes, the theme of the wedding.
I don't remember it.
Well, it definitely had something to do with Southern. Remember that girl's wedding was
Southern glam.
Yeah, but mine was Southern glam with a Asian twist or something like that.
Yeah, mine. Well, I probably end up having to get married in Charleston or something because I want to get married underneath weeping willow trees, and I want it to be a pond, hopefully in the background, and I want to have tea lights in the pond. And I want it to be in like the evening right before the sunset, and I want to have orchids coming down on the trees, and I want lights, and I want it to be kind of like glowing. So I had to find this location because
I would say Charleston or Beaufort or Savannah. Definitely a low country kind of place.
Yeah, so I'm definitely gonna have a destination wedding now because that has to happen. I have to have the willows and stuff.
Okay.
And I've been planning everybody's like I have folders in my Pinterest. I watch 4 weddings every single day, then say yes to the dress, then 90 Day Fiance. That's why I haven't been watching Netflix like I used to because I have the whole lineup.
So guess what, guys? That's why we will not be talking about Nola Darling today because Danny is obsessed with weddings and none of her friends are engaged.
But we can talk about the baby. He got knocked the fuck out.
Damn, son.
Yes. A lot of people who was saying that they know him because the dude he lives here in Charlotte.
Yes, they said, and then I was listening to the radio this morning and they were talking about how he's had an issue with the baby forever. Like, he's
that's somebody
been...
said who went to high school with all of them, and that's how that dude is. He always talks shit, and then but he's never alone. He always talks shit when his boys are running. His boys, like, just kind of end up fighting. And fake fight. But that time,
he was by himself. And that's what they said, that he was just out here, what they call him, a clout chasing rapper. Like, you just out here chasing clout for no reason. And then you get back on there talking about, you and your security beat me, but I still look pretty. And I'm just like, well, you was ugly before.
What that sound like?
It sounded just like it. And somebody made that reference the other day, and I died. But yeah, but bro, you was leaking on the ground. Like, we seen it in the pictures, the blood. You posted it.
And you ain't got, and everybody was tripping your dick print. Like, not only did you get your ass beat, but you ain't got no dick.
I was just looking at it, and I was just like, it was cold that night. Like, that was the only thing I could think of. Like, I was just like, why is it so small? And how do you get beat? Like, even if you sagging, how you get beat to your pants around your ankles? Like, it's levels to this sagging thing, and I just like, how low was you sagging?
It's the ones who get beat or know they can't handle themselves that scream the loudest at the end of the day.
He talking about, what he say?
Especially people in Charlotte. And
he's a Charlotte rapper, so it makes all the sense.
Yeah.
He's talking about, now I got 50, 60K followers. I'm about to go get him. I forgot what kind of luxury truck he said he fit to go get now that he got all these followers.
What the truck? What that got to do with it?
What do Adam got to do with Eve?
What
Peter got to...
Followers ain't paying that much money.
The followers ain't paying him no money. They just probably followed him so that they could keep up with the foolishness that he was posting versus having to wait on Shade Room to post it. Like, sir. Like, I'm just like, but it sucks because as far as like rappers and like singers and stuff like that coming out of Charlotte or coming out of the Carolinas in general, it's not something that happens for somebody to come strictly from the Carolinas. Like, yeah, J. Cole came out, but he didn't come out from the Carolinas. He repped, the Carolinas, but he didn't come out from here. You know what I'm saying? So for him to just have always something surrounding him. You had the Walmart shooting, then he blew up, and then you got the person that said, well, even more recently, you have the person who said that his bodyguard beat him up and he was in a coma or, basically on his deathbed. And I'm just like, like, why? We gotta find some chill around the people that be around you or get you some sage or something because this...
And they say that about him, like, because he was supposed to be at, I think, recess during Seattle or All-Star, and it was just like, have to get so much security, not because of the baby, but because of the people that he keeps around him. They just start like a lot of trouble.
And I was just like, even in the video, luckily, he showed how he was just not paying him no attention. You know what I'm saying? But I guess, how much you gonna take? I'm not gonna keep, just like that other situation, you're not gonna keep coming at me and I ain't gonna try you. Like, I'm sorry. It's not gonna happen. Like,
right. Niggas is lames.
Hashtag.
Right. That's
that title.
Niggas is lame because y'all are.
Moving along.
Just drop
the mic right there. Just drop the mic. We can be done right now.
Okay, abortion man.
Horrible segue. Meanwhile, I had a great one. Well, on a more somber note. I was definitely going to go a different direction with it. But I feel like since I even wrote out the outline, there's been like 2 more states or another state that has said that they are, they signed an abortion ban. And I think it's ridiculous because even with there's like no stipulations. Like one of them had that the parents had to sign if the kids were, if the person was underage. But you have no, stipulations as far as if it's incest or rape or anything like that. That makes no sense. So why would you want to put somebody through that? And then we already have enough.
There's already enough parents don't even have,
that don't want to have. If that is parents that don't want to be parents, already because they couldn't even get the money to have an abortion, or they was just in a situation and I got pregnant because everybody thinks that, I'll never get pregnant. Oh, I got pregnant all the other time, so I ain't gonna get pregnant this time, and boom, end up pregnant, and then you don't have a pot to piss in, a window to throw it out of, and then you have to lean on a system that's already trying to not help you, and so it's like, so then what? Then you have kids who have child protective services in their life, foster care in their life, and it's just like they're constantly changing the way that child protective services work, how foster care works, and so it's just like it's constantly the future with this stuff going on. It's not good. It's not bright. It's going to be bad. Like,
and I'm like, you can't take that type of right away because people go find a way to get what they want.
And I think that's why they keep saying safe abortions, because at the end of the day, people are still going to have these abortions. It's just not going to be a safe method.
Yep.
Because they said, before, I guess this was legalized or before this method was founded or however, people were using wire hangers and throwing themselves downstairs and drinking this stuff and doing, like, they were doing everything because they knew that they either didn't want to be a parent, couldn't be a parent. That's crazy. And then you have those, which, I mean, it's sad, but you have those kids who they do those early testing and you find out that they're going to, have severe problems if they make it through the whole pregnancy. They're going to have severe complications throughout their life. I mean, although it's a sucky decision that a parent may make, I still feel like that's a decision that parent should be able to make, because who wants to have a child that's always gonna suffer? You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, if you're always gonna suffer, and that's gonna hurt me even more, that I know that I brought you in this world to suffer. I don't want to do that. If I don't have to, but that's still a decision that I feel like that parent, that mother, that father, I feel like that's what they should be able to make.
You should never force somebody to do that they just don't want to do, because they're not going to do it right. So it could be so many parents that's going to just resent their kids. That's going to be raised in hate.
Yes.
It's unfortunate, and somebody don't want to have a kid and it's a way to prevent it, then let it happen, because like a person could be born into like a bad environment and then they can grow up to be a bad person. Right. And then it's just like a
never-ending cycle.
Yeah, trickle effect. Not trickle.
It's not?
Is it?
I mean, yeah.
Okay.
I think so. I think so.
Yeah.
I think we'll go with it. And also, I think that I saw the question posed that should men be able to have a decision as far as the abortion, or if the woman keeps the baby. And I'm like, first off, this is the problem in the first place, because men thought that they should be able to tell us that we can't have these abortions. Mm-hmm. And so now that they've gotten this thing in the law, although a woman signed it into effect in the one place, I mean, it still was a whole bunch of old white ass men who decided that they felt like,
and
this can't happen.
Majority white, probably was a whole bunch of men, period. Before, I would think it was white.
Oh, no, they was definitely.
People talk, and like different groups and people post their comments and stuff on this, just shows me how ignorant a lot of people are.
And you can tell how people haven't been through life. Like, they have not, what is this piece of hair, Jesus? They have not experienced any life situations at all. Because I'm like, how could you think like this? Like, you can't tell me what you're gonna do until you've been in a situation.
And they can't be in that situation. I mean, I get it. I feel like a man's right should be taken into consideration, but at the end of the day, it's still a woman's body, and it sucks for the men if you really want that child and she aborts it. But it's like, it's her body.
And then if that's the case, go have a baby with somebody else.
And take the precaution that you're supposed to take to prevent it from happening.
Like, that's a conversation that y'all should have had. And clearly...
No, not many people do. I sure don't. But...
Oh, I kind of tell people.
Say.
Look, if it happened, we here now.
Yeah. But before, when because I've had pregnancy scares, that's for sure, and I would be lying if I never said abortion never crossed my mind.
Mm-hmm.
So
I mean, and I still think it's your option, it's your decision to be able to do that. Because at the end of the day, you have to do what you feel is best for your life. Although, I mean, at that point, you come with two different roads. I'm not going to take the road where I continue to live the life that I've been living without a child, and this is that and the third, or I'm going to take a chance on life with this child. Like, how am I going to be able to provide for this child and parent this child, and am I ready to even do that? That's a decision that you have to make for yourself. And I mean, then you have to also think, what about the risk to my body? Like, I know what my current health state is, but what if I now put this child in here? Now what's gonna happen? You know what I'm saying? Especially because the way that when Black women are not surviving childbirth because of how they're treated in hospitals, how they're not tended to, their vitals and stuff aren't being paid attention to. Like, it's so much that has happened, and I know people personally who have, you know, gone through horrible pregnancies and now cannot, you know, have any more children.
Yeah.
So those are things that you have to think about. You know, just because a hospital has all these great statistics, and that's not about you. You know, like that, those statistics probably ain't about your Black ass. Okay. Yeah. To be honest.
And of course they don't take none of those things into consideration. It shouldn't even be part of law.
It shouldn't be a topic of conversation. Like, why is it your choice? And then I was listening to a radio and somebody was calling in and they were like, well, I mean, if you don't want the baby, then you could just give that child to somebody else, because there's parents out there that can't have children. And I mean, it's just selfish of you to do that. And it's just like,
yeah, but if you bring up, not everybody gonna want that baby that they're having.
Right.
And who gonna pay, because you already don't want to pay taxes.
And then who said I got insurance? And who said I can get insurance to care for this child? It just be like, and then you gotta think about work, because maybe I'm too sick to even go to work. So who gonna pay for that?
Yeah.
And what if I have to be on, you know, bed rest early? Who gonna pay for that? But no, I should have this baby
that nobody's gonna help me. But they're saying no, we shouldn't have abortions, but nobody's going to pay for Medicaid, nobody's going to pay for WIC, food stamps and all that. Like, they're not thinking. They just want to get rid of, they just don't want to spend money.
It's like, who's spending the money? Because then you're going to end up spending more money in other services, because it's going to be an influx of children that are not wanted. You're going to have to be, people are going to be truly utilizing those safe places where they can just go and drop the baby off or leave the baby and be relinquishing rights within those first, I can't remember, a few weeks of that child's life, because they cannot, well, not even weeks. Is it first few days of that child's life? Because they can't do nothing with the baby. Or you're just going to keep on finding dead babies.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just the ultimate outcome of what it is. But, of course, what do we know? We're just women.
Right.
That's it. Let's move from that before we get... Because we're really sober today. And so we're really sober, and it's so hot in here, y'all.
No drinking or nothing.
I know, I should have bought a tea of water.
I looked in that fridge in there and they didn't have
nothing
in there. Usually have like Red Bull and Gatorade, but...
No, and I always stop at the gas station. I definitely didn't do that today. And I had some good old Harris Teeter pink raspberry lemonade at the house, and I liked it. Mm-hmm. But anyhow, let's play a game. You ain't excited.
No, I am. It's just I'm thinking about questions all day, and I'm like, I really don't know the answers to them. But I think I finally came up with something.
Yeah, I don't have any currently. So, hopefully when I ask you this first one out, something will come to my head. Jesus. So what is the craziest thing you've done for sex?
I guess drive far.
How far?
To Troutman.
Okay.
From South Charlotte. Okay. Yeah, I was almost pretty much in Pineville. Almost close to Pineville. Yeah.
That was some good dick.
It was straight. It was straight. It wasn't all that.
Okay.
I definitely wouldn't be able to fuck that dick now, because
Were you in a deficit or something? Like what?
It's not listening. You got good dick, but it's just like I'm a different
It's not
person.
good for me.
I'm a different
It's good for
person
somebody
now,
else.
so
Okay.
I like different things now. And
Okay.
I like to do different things.
And they probably not on that
Nah,
level.
he ain't doing that shit. So yeah.
I would say, I feel like that was the thing that came to my head was driving, and I drove from Orangeburg to Charlotte.
Ooh.
I know, right? And we had the most volatile relationship ever. And yeah, because after I even left that day, we got into a really bad argument. Fuck that bitch. But yeah. I was like, oh my God. I did for some good old head. But she did give me head, and I think I was on my period.
Oh, yeah, I was called. I don't even want to bring that up again, but I understand why niggas keep telling me that I'm nasty because I let a girl eat me out while I was on my period. Like my mouth went down there.
If she want to taste them pennies, let her.
Thank you. Anywho, craziest thing you did to an ex.
So I'm really like, I really don't do crazy stuff, and I try to tell people that all the time, and they think I'm lying. The craziest thing that I think I've ever done was my ex took my phone. We were living together. My ex took my phone. Matter of fact, and we weren't together at this point. And she just was like, I was paying attention to my phone, and she was trying to talk to me. And so she took my phone and kept running around the house. And so at this point in our situation, because we weren't in a relationship anymore, I started to like literally feel like my brain was about to crack. Like I felt like Humpty Dumpty on the wall, and I had already had the damn fall. Mm-hmm. Like I was done. And so she took my phone, and I said, okay. I said, checkmate, bitch. I got you. So I started like just terrorizing the house. I threw the dog's food all over the house. What else did I do? I threw the dog food all over the house. I feel like I had got baby powder, and I was spreading that shit everywhere. This bitch is still running around the house with my phone and will not give it up. So finally I said, okay, bitch. And I grabbed the, I pulled all the towels out of the thing, and I just threw them all over the place. And I was pulling clothes out of the drawers. And I was like, okay, bitch, if you don't give me my phone, that's when I get to the count of one. I was like, I'm pouring baby oil on all this shit. I'm about to air this bitch out. I got my phone.
That's more like anger.
I mean, but that's the craziest thing. That was the craziest I've been. Like, I've never done, I mean, we got in a fight, if you want to call fighting crazy, but that's it. And it wasn't even, I didn't provoke the fight. Like, I can't.
I'm more like manipulative type thing, or conniving. Not really crazy. So, the only thing that sticks out is when me and one of my ex broke up and we were living together, so we both went to separate places to live. Well, I don't want to say same complex because then it'll make people think that this has happened twice where I broke up with somebody and ended up living in the same complex. I just realized that. But
because the second time you would have thought that by then you would have known because of the first time. But
it wasn't on purpose. It was just like it happened that way.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, like I said I was moving in this place and then he ends up moving in that same complex. But this was like 4 or 5 years ago. But anyway, so I acted like I was interested in him again so that I can get there and steal stuff from him. So I took like pots and plates and seasonings. I was really crazy because he took the seasonings and I was like, I cooked every day. Those are kind of like mine. And he wanted them. So I like went over there, we fucked. And when he was asleep, I just gathered up all like the stuff and left. And he was like, but that's probably about the wildest thing.
That's just hilarious.
Because I really wanted those seasonings back because that was back when I used to cook like every day. But once we broke up, I didn't cook
probably
anymore.
still in there to your mouth.
Nah. I don't have those anymore. I got new ones now.
Okay. So what is the craziest thing you've done in general?
Beat that same guy with the Christmas tree. I think that's the craziest thing.
That shit is hilarious.
We were so toxic. I mean, we're real cool now. So I talked to him, and we just sometimes we'll sit on the phone and just reminisce on the crazy shit we did. Like, I remember one time him and his mom, they were having the best relationship. She brought him this tree thing, and he made me so mad. I just took it and I just dropped it, and it shattered. And it was just like this calming that came over me just from breaking it, because I knew it meant so much to him. And like when I found out he cheated, I definitely beat him with a Christmas tree. And I had just saw the first Creed, and I like punched him in the face. And I'm now not even a fighter, but I just remember how good it felt to like I wanted to see him bleed. So I think that's probably my craziest moment, because it was then that I realized that I have like,
oh, this is so hot.
Some crazy anger issues going on. Like when somebody takes me there, I don't really know how to control it. You have to like really like snap me out of it, because I was just angry. I wanted to see him like die. It was really bad. So don't fuck with me, guys, because I'm actually crazy. Well, I guess that was really crazy.
I mean, yeah, okay.
Okay, well, that's the craziest thing.
Well, for me, I think the craziest thing in general was, there was this one time, I had finally was giving this girl a chance. Like, you know how you I feel like, see, this is why I stopped fucking with girls, because clearly all the crazy shit has to do with females. But you know how, like, when you're talking to somebody and then y'all stop talking and start talking and stop talking, and you constantly do this with that person, mm-hmm. So you finally think, okay, well, let's just give it a try, because clearly we keep ending up in the same place. And so I never was attracted to the girl or nothing like that, but she was just a dope, she had a good personality.
Right.
And so finally, when I decided to give her a chance, I had started feeling some funny vibes or whatever. I started feeling some really funny vibes. And so me, her, at the time, one of my best friends and another one of my homegirls that I went to college with, who introduced me to the girl, we went to Carowinds. At this point, I'm living in Walterboro and they lived in Charleston. So let me see. The girl, we'll call her Brittany, and my homegirl, we'll call her Q.
Okay.
No, well, the best friend will call her Q.
Okay.
No, matter of fact, I'm sorry. Don't get confused.
Okay, I'm confused now.
Okay, so the girl of interest, will call her Brittany.
Okay.
The best friend will call her Bestie.
Okay.
And then the homegirl will call her Q.
Okay.
We good now?
Yep.
Okay. So of course, I'm into Brittany, and so we're on this trip, cooling, everything fine. And I feel like Brittany family was there too, because we all was just going.
Mm-hmm. And
so I started realizing that Brittany and Bestie looked like they had something going on. And I'm like, what is happening? What the fuck? So I had asked Brittany, I was like, would you ever talk to one of my homegirls? And I asked her in front of Bestie, and she was just like, why would you say that? Like, where'd that come from? And I said, don't worry about it. And so then it was just, the way they was interacting. And I'm like, but y'all only met one time prior. So why are y'all interacting so weird? And so on the way back, at this point, it'd been the whole day. And I felt like they were just playing in my face. So on the way back, we're driving to Charleston. I'm driving Brittany's car. Brittany had, this was when I graduated. Graduated in 2011. And so Brittany had a 2012 Honda. So I was like, all right, bitch, I'm gonna whip this motherfucker. And then so Q had Bestie in her car. So it's Brittany and me and Bestie and Q. So the whole time I'm just riding, I started seeing Brittany texting. So I'm like, bitch, who you texting? You in the car with me, so who you texting? And so I started texting Q, and I'm like, did Bestie just get a text message? And she like, yeah. I said, okay. I said, did she just get a text message again? Or did she just send a text message? She like, yeah. And so she just started texting me back and forth like she just got a text message. She sent one. She just got one. She just sent one. And so I was like, I think these two motherfuckers got something going on. And she was like, you want to pull over and switch cars? And I said, no, but I'm thinking about how I can kill this bitch and I can still live. Like, I'm thinking about how I can wreck the car on her side and still be fine. Like, I had a taser. And I was just like, I'ma just shock this bitch with the taser. And that's just gonna be it. Because first off, bitches, don't fucking play on my face. And mind you, Bestie had been my best friend since the 7th grade.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the year I graduated college. So you done been my best friend for a really long time. Why the hell you playing in my face with this bitch? And she's not even cute. And you're not even gay.
Oh God.
After that, that's when she wanted to come out the closet. Like, so yeah, that would have probably been the craziest thing I've done in general, was just thinking like, bitch, how can I kill you? And I'll live. And then I was just like, I'm just get my taser and I'm just gonna either shock you or fuck the car up with the taser. Like, yeah, I had. But that's it, you know, guys. I'm really sane. I really don't act on this stuff. So, but yeah, I doubt that it wasn't. My mama had to talk to me.
Our shit is more mental than anything. Which makes it even more like
you're
premeditated. Like I went over there and like I was interested to take some pots, and you were.
I'm over here thinking how to kill this bitch. We got from Carowinds to Charleston in like no time. Yeah, I was like, bitch, you gotta get the fuck out of here. Whew, child, the crazy. You sleepy? I'm boring you?
No, I don't know why I just yawned.
Denny's pregnant.
Oh my God.
She wasn't ready. No. Oh shit.
I'm just saying, I would actually know who the father was, and I would be okay with that.
Well, that's a blessing.
That used to be my biggest fear, is to get pregnant and not know who the dad is.
You know, I've had moments like that.
Yeah.
I mean, just because making drunk bad great decisions, but you know.
Oh, thank God.
But look at God.
Yeah.
He brought me through.
Yeah.
That how I'm over. He brought me through. What?
I was looking at what was next. I was waiting for you to do your segue this time
because yours just
obviously
fucking sucked. Speaking of how God brought us through, and that's not knowing who baby daddies could have been
and letting the hoe go. I really haven't been on the hoe shit in a while. Think about it. It's been a minute. Somebody asked me last time we had sex, and I was like, I don't even know.
Oh.
Yeah. But I ended up figuring it out.
With ease. So, which is easier, being a hoe or being exclusive but not official?
I think being a hoe is easier.
Why?
Because when you are being a hoe, you just talking to whoever you want to talk to. They can do whatever they want to do. You don't care. There's no feelings involved. You just live your best life and do bald-headed hoe shit.
Ow.
But when you trying to be exclusive with somebody, you don't let all your hoes go.
Okay.
You done been, like, you have to put all your energy, your eggs are in that basket, and it's like they have control. I have control issues. I have to feel like I'm in control, or else I start to panic, which is what I'm going through right now, which is why this question is important, because you don't know what they're going to do.
Right.
So it's like, they can be like, oh, I don't really want to talk to you, and then you got to start fresh. Like, I had a pretty decent team. I've now let my whole team go, freaking out, because I'm trying to date this person exclusively or whatever.
Okay.
But if they decide I don't want to talk to you no more, then I gotta start over again. I don't get mad, and now I'm gonna really be a hoe. It's easier to be a hoe.
I think that it's easier to be exclusive with somebody. Because, okay, I feel like it's easier, but I struggle with it purely because
Maybe that's what it is.
Yeah, I start to struggle with it, but I mean I can let niggas go with ease. Like letting the team go, I have no problems with that. Like I feel like I've let niggas go plenty of times.
Oh yeah.
Within the last fucking 6 months. Like
but you're
I feel
already
like
single when that happens.
Yeah, but you can still be like just because y'all haven't had that conversation of just being exclusive and you're not official, I feel like I'll even, like, if I know that I want this person, like, I'll start to, you know, calm the shit down. Like, I probably won't be necessarily completely exclusive. Like, I may entertain conversation, but no sex, no dates, and stuff like that. Like, right. I don't think that's not a hard thing. Just to kind of, and I think that I'll keep a little bit of conversation just because there's levels to get into that part of exclusiveness. You know what I'm saying? Because I think that part has to have a conversation. like until a conversation is had, like let's be exclusive, I wouldn't do that to myself, and I wouldn't expect somebody to do that, you know, to their self until we had that conversation. But I still think it's easier because you know you always have that person that you're gonna call, you always have that person that you're gonna go out to dates with. If something happens in your life, you have that person to be excited for you or to check you and stuff like that. Versus when you just being a hoe, it's just like you like, well, who I'm gonna tell this? Or I can't remember who I told that and shit. Yeah. Who coming to my house tonight? You mad because I didn't call you back? I don't got time.
Yeah, that is true.
I can't post this because you mad.
That calms me down a little bit because all that is true. I think the reason why I say the whole shit is easier because I have to be vulnerable.
Okay, you know I have issues with that word.
And so it's really hard for me because I feel like I'm in a state where I now have to be vulnerable and I don't really want to.
Somebody told me that change is uncomfortable.
Yeah, my favorite quote is, "The comfort zone is a beautiful place, but nothing ever grows there."
Right, so. and it's a state of I hate being it. What's the word, y'all? What's the word when you I hate being it. When you're complacent, it's a state of complacency.
Oh yeah. That's why I feel like it's a different situation because I'm freaking out. Like I find myself almost self-sabotaging and shit. But I didn't call it self-sabotaging. My sister did. But
okay. I'm pretty sure you didn't call it that.
I overanalyze everything and I overthink every situation.
Me too.
So I'm so uncomfortable, which I guess is a good thing. But
I think
if this nigga play with me, like we're gonna play crazy game again because I'm gonna have a story.
Okay. Well, I think with my current situation, I feel like because I've been single for so long, and because niggas be nigging, you know, and they've been nigging a lot. I think it's taking a village for me to accept my current situation. Like if it wasn't for the people that I've talked to about my situation, or you know, like my mom, like stuff like that, and them just being so persistent with me.
He seems genuine.
Super genuine. I feel like this motherfucker is a unicorn and I keep waiting to wake up because it's just crazy.
Maybe that's why it's so nerve-wracking because it's that.
No, I know it is. And
maybe that's why, yeah.
If it wasn't for everybody's like, Nina, you need to like give this a chance.
Conversation's about to start changing. It's already starting.
Bruh. And so, I mean, I finally told myself like, okay, Nita, like you need to see what can happen.
It's time.
You know, see what can happen. Do this for yourself. Like you deserve, so do it. And so I think that with that village is how I've come here. Mm-hmm. Because without that village, I probably would have still been doing bald-headed hoe shit.
Right.
Not even ratchet shit, bald-headed hoe shit.
Yeah, I found myself when I'm single, I'm wild. But when I'm in a relationship, I'm pretty much like
super
in
docile.
a relationship.
I'm good.
Yeah.
I mean, but I've been like chilling so hard even prior to even this. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just been chilling super hard. And so even for me to have been out that whole week, my body was like, sis, what are you doing? And he was like, what are you doing? Like, I ain't seen you since this day and we don't do this. And I'm like, you're right, we don't do this. I don't do this. My house look like we don't do this. I don't got no more outfits to wear because I don't do this. I done took enough pictures to last me for a little while to be able to post the selfies and the selfie games that they be playing in the group. I
haven't noticed you've been participating in those lately.
So fun. I have several pictures to participate. So every time I see one, I just be like, bloop, bloop. Yeah. I don't interact after that, but y'all gonna like these selfies.
Right. It's so vain of me. When I do post them, I just want to see how many likes I can get. It's crazy. crazy.
Like, I beat this face, so I'm gonna need y'all to check these little likes.
Yep.
So tell me this, because this is something I've also been struggling with lately. So with our last question, it was about being exclusive but not official. So is there a difference between being exclusive and official? Is there like a conversation that's had? Like, what happens? What area is that? Because it sounds really gray to me.
It is great. I just feel like once you make a decision that you're not gonna talk to nobody else but this person, that you should be in a relationship. But I'm trying not to. Well, that's how I feel it should be. But I'm trying not to think that way, because I thought that way with all my past situations, and I find myself moving fast, which is another thing why I think I'm going so crazy with Big Baby, because I'm not moving. It's not going at a pace that I'm used to. I'm just uncomfortable. Slow? Yeah, and I want to go slow, and he want to go slow. Only because we have our past situation, but like So
because it's going slow and you want it to go slow, you're having a problem?
Yeah, I'm crazy for one, so.
I'm just trying to understand and help the people understand, because
they're not going to understand. That's why I'm talking about it, because I just give myself anxiety, because I just feel like this is so new to me, and I don't know how to date.
Well, I definitely enjoy this dating process, and I feel like my situation has been slow cooking. And when I tell you, when this motherfucker gets out of the slow cooker, the meat is gonna fall off the bones, because it's been slow cooking for so long. So I can appreciate that, but I just I've been single for so long, so I just don't know how people do this, stuff, because I probably wouldn't know what to do with a boyfriend. I'm like, what do you do with those? How many times do you feed it? Do you have to walk it and stuff like that?
Yeah, every day.
You have to feed it every day.
Do you have to walk it? I like to feed. I like to feed my
You gotta feed them. Do you walk them? You gotta burp them. Like, what the hell do you do with them? Like, I don't know what they do. So I just don't know, like, do you have a conversation about being official, or do you have a conversation like, okay, I don't want you to date anybody, and then later on you make it official? Like, how does it work? Like, I don't know if it's the same. Is it different? I don't
have that conversation either. I'm just trying to go with the flow, like,
okay,
because I feel like
just wait. But no, you wake up in relationships, and I feel like that's not how it's supposed to be. I feel like it's a conversation that needs to be had.
You know how my conversations end. When I have conversations, I end up in relationships. So now I'm just scared to mention anything.
Okay.
Because I just want it to go by. I just want everything to work out good. Like, I just want to be in a relationship with this person down the road and just everything work out. But I don't know what to do. I don't know how to do it. I'm like, well, I feel like I'm walking on eggshells because I don't know what I'm doing.
Okay. I do. I mean, but I have come to a place where I'm just like, we're on a journey, and we'll just see where the journey takes us.
Oh my God, you sound like him. That's what he says.
We just gotta see what it is. I mean, and because I don't want to, I know how I am. I'm an overthinker, and then I get stuck in my thoughts, and I think I'm so calm about it is because I've constantly said, just in general, reassurance is something that helps me with my overthinking, and I'm constantly reassured, like day in, day out. Like, this man was talking to me and sending me long paragraphs and wanting to go really deep, and I'm like a whole little artichoke. Like, I got a whole bunch of layers. It's a heart on the inside, but I have a whole bunch of layers, and you just have to peel those things back, and I just don't be wanting to peel back. And so, but he was steady. He was steady and being really persistent. So I'm just like, all right, damn it, let's see. Although I'm still single.
Me too.
I have to tell somebody that. Yeah, no, I'm completely fine with where I am now, or where we are now.
Did you say that? I saw the story.
We had a conversation about that. I was just about to talk about him because he had posted a picture. Somebody just said that we have like all these insighties, but he's one of our listeners, so shout out to you. So he just got in a relationship, but I had to hit him up because I'm like, who is that? Because I seen the picture, so I'm like, who is that? Because we're friends. I don't know this girl,
right? And
so he was like, well, we've been talking, you've seen her before. And I'm like, how you gonna tell me who I seen? But whatever, whatever. And so he said that, he liked her. And so they decided to be exclusive and made it.
I mean, her Facebook. Her Facebook.
She's in the group. He said she joined the group to make friends. So they're both in there.
Did they meet in there?
I don't think they. He just said she just joined.
She's cute.
Yeah, she is. So I told him, I was like, okay, double dates. And so when I posted a picture today in the group, he was just like, why are you still out here fishing? I said, first off, I never told you I was in a relationship. I told you that we go on double dates. I'm still single. And he was like, well, I don't want to be going out with none of your randoms. And I said, first off, I would never bring a random person on a double date.
Ooh,
like,
her mutual friend.
First off, I don't even have, like, I don't go on dates with nobody else. So I'm like, say, what am I doing? And he was like, touche. Exactly. Back up off me. But yeah, he been waiting on love for a minute. That's why I love him to death, though.
Yeah, he's a sweetheart.
He is. And so I'm happy for him because she looked really happy in those pictures and they match. I like matching couples as long as we get an invite to the wedding, I'm good.
And let me be your plus one.
Ew. He listened to us. He watches the podcast.
Well,
so
I won't come to the wedding. Let me help plan it. So
let me drive the boat.
If you come to Press Box tonight, I'll have that conversation with you.
Okay, so when you listen to it tomorrow.
Yeah.
When you listen to it tomorrow, hopefully you came to Press Box tonight.
Right.
Well, or last night. Let me say that, last night. And so,
yeah.
Well, I guess I kind of think, did we talk about when did you cut your hose off? So when do you cut your hose off?
Well, for me, it happens naturally.
Okay.
So I didn't like go and cut niggas off physically whenever I started to see myself liking Big Baby more.
Mm-hmm.
It just happened naturally. Except for the situation with Russell Wilson, because I had to cut him off because he was just crazy.
But he's just fucking weird.
Yeah, he was weird. And he still was like, well, I still feel like I should take you out. And I still feel like, I'm going to just start coming to your events because I want to get out more. And I was like,
now you want to come out?
Right, you never wanted to come out before, but whatever. He's into that.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I get that they'll fall off, but you know what? I just feel like people be popping up too.
Yeah,
it's like they fall off.
People like, you're too late. I got a man now.
Well, I'm still single, so I can see. So it's like I'm comfortable, but still a little gray area as far as what do you do there? You know what I'm saying? So it's just still going through the motions. So I mean, I don't feel myself wanting to entertain, but still, it's just like, well, I don't really got a man. I'm kind of single still, so.
Yeah, you are single.
I am single.
But, and then my thing is when that happens, like, I wonder how my dude would feel if I went out on a date with someone. Or, like, how would your guy feel if you went out on a date with someone else?
That's a good question.
Because if you don't want me to go on a date with somebody else, then you need to make it official so I don't.
Or like, I just feel like it's still a conversation. Like, I feel like it's still a conversation that needs to be had. But then I feel like we spend so much time around each other that I feel like he makes sure that I don't got time to go on a date with nobody else.
Yeah.
Or talk to anybody else for that sake. Because my watch got to go on Do Not Disturb. The phone got to go on Do Not Disturb. I just be like, whoosh, wow. I ain't never been that disconnected. Like, normally I can just check my watch and keep on going. But,
Someone did ask me out. That's who it was? He's also a big guy.
Birthday? No.
Religion. Asian religion.
What? Oh, that weirdo person?
No, he's not a weirdo.
Oh.
I was saying Adrian. I was trying to give you his name. But anyway, look. You get it now? You just
no. Oh, yeah, that's what I said, birthday.
Oh, yeah, birthday.
Well, before we go on, somebody, and I love when listeners, you great listeners, give us feedback, although you never want to comment on posts and stuff to give us this feedback or write us letters. But in-person feedback is still great. And he was just saying how we have so many insiders and that they would love for us to be a little bit more transparent which was funny to me because I was like, I feel like we're really transparent, but he was like,
because the last time you said the actual name last time, and I got in trouble. So no.
I did not say the name. You did.
No,
I said I couldn't trust that.
You got me in trouble, man.
Did you get in trouble?
I really did. I was in trouble, and I was like, I'm sorry, like on behalf of her.
Did you say on behalf of me? I ain't sorry. I'm not sorry.
But anyway.
Anywho.
I don't know. We give nicknames. Like, how much more transparent?
Well, I think it was like, I think it's the things like when we'll say, oh, I'll tell you when we get off the air or stuff like that.
Whoever you are, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Like,
great listener, though. Great listener. He gives input
I
all
even
the
shout out
time.
this girl with the freestyle.
Okay.
Hi.
Save that for the end. So.
Thanks for the freestyle.
Okay.
And
Oh, the ones and twos.
Oh yeah, that guy. He was like he wanted to take me out, and he's like for my birthday, or did he say for my birthday? I don't remember. But just like to catch up and stuff. And I'm like, is that wrong? Cause I'll flirt. I'm a flirt.
Mm-hmm. I feel like those are conversations that you guys need to have. I mean, you know how I be wanting to know. So if I need to know something, I don't even want to. I want a conversation. Like we need to talk about it.
Yeah.
So, because our time is dwindling.
How should I bring it up? Be like, so do you care if I go on a date with somebody else?
Mm-hmm. How would you feel?
Oh, okay.
Not yes or no questions.
Okay.
Open-ended questions that make people have to elaborate more.
Okay, I'll do that.
How would you feel?
I'll do that.
So, tell me this. Tell me about a time. This is it. Tell me about a time when you had sex with somebody and you only could have sex with them one time.
Every time this question comes up, I think of one specific person. And I be telling him he got double dick because no, I will never have sex with you again because it's too good. Like it's scary how good it is. I don't want to be crazy. So yeah, it's just some things you just it just needs to be left alone. This is some of the best that I've ever had. It was great. I'm going to now move on with my life. Thank you. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to go.
I've had two instances. So one, his dick was like the size of a Febreze bottle, like length and girth together. Like one time he posted a picture on Instagram and literally saw his dick in the picture, and I was like, "Sir," and he said, "Oh my God, I need to change it." And I was like, "Did you not see it?" Because that was the first thing I saw.
Are you that used to it? You don't even notice it?
I mean, and then he wanted to go 2 rounds, and I was not where I'm at in life, in my sex life now. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like I wasn't here. I wasn't nowhere near here. I was just figuring my vagina halfway out. So I kindly told him, I will never sit on your dick again because first off, I don't know how I sat up there the first time. And I just feel like you was tapping on a button and one more good stroke to the left and I would have been like, okay, you gotta be ready to be a single father. And then the other person, we had sex and it was great sex and he tried to tell me that he don't do one night stands and I was just like, I really wasn't trying to have a one night stand, maybe like a 2 or 3 night stand, and I was just gonna be done with you because we don't really got nothing else in common other than that I just kind of wanted to fuck you. And so yeah, I was like, yeah, after that conversation I was like, damn, you fucked it up for us, now we can't have no more sex. So yeah, those were my 2 only one-time sex people. And it's amazing how guys can be. It's just like,
don't be that. It's like once you tell them that you only want to have sex with them once, that's when they're like, nah, we gotta do it more.
Not
and I'm just like, I don't want to do it more. That was enough for life. Like you gave me enough dick to last me for my life, and I'd rather just go back to regular dick now.
Right. You're going to find somebody that's going to love this dick. And they're going to be excited. They're going to talk about this dick all the time. They're going to be like, girl, I got this dick and he be blowing my back out all the time.
I just don't need that. It doesn't even sound fun to me. Like, I don't want my that thrown out all the time.
Now no, because I like some nice passion and stuff like that. But even the one with the one that has said the one night stand, he was into all the the freaky passionate stuff.
Maybe it's different when you have feelings for a person, but you have that connection.
Yeah, but I feel like if you ain't ever really had too much of a conversation with somebody and they just like, okay, I'm just trying to get some, and then you tell them that I don't do one night stands and I fucked you like this so that you know that pussy is mine. Oh, okay, then I got to go. I got to get the fuck up out of here.
This vagina don't belong to nobody but Danny, okay?
Okay, Penelope, it's mine, nigga. You know what I'm saying? So before we get up out of here, question, because this has been on my mind for a while now.
Okay.
And so I've been thinking about how couples have threesomes or whatever, but then I think, like, I know that you have to have like some serious trust to actually want to open up your bedroom when you're a couple and stuff like that. But what rules would you put out there as far as like having a threesome with your man?
I think I might be too crazy for it, but
if
I was gonna do it,
Uh-huh.
then I'd have to pick the girl.
Okay.
And like, it's almost like I need her to not have contact with him afterwards. Like, don't y'all go building no relationship, no friendship, or none of that. Like, you came here for a job, you do your job, and then you go.
Bitch, you on payroll.
Yeah, it probably would have to be something like that, just so that she know what she here to do. Don't try to find him. You don't even need to know his name. All you need to know is that here's these papers, then let me see yours, and let's do it, and then you go. I don't even want to see your face no more after that, probably.
Like, I don't know what my rules would be, because I also don't know if I would be like, I know I want to build with somebody so that we could have that level of trust, and so that maybe we could knock some bitches off here and there or whatever. But then I think, like, would it be like when we out of town kind of thing, or something like that? You know what I'm saying? And then, like, I've met couples that have rules like, oh, it can only be head, or you can't finish with her, you gotta finish with me, or
that's more of like a security thing, though. Well,
yeah, I definitely don't ever. I mean, if we had a threesome, you definitely cannot finish with her. Like, why would you finish with her?
Because that defeats the purpose, right?
Like, because if no, hell no. Or what's the other thing? Some people don't want any kissing and stuff like that. He can't give her head, or different things like that. So I just, like, I always want to know what are people's like hard limits with threesomes and rules, and what do they stem from? Like, why do you feel this way? And because you have this rule, do you think you're even okay with having a threesome? Like, this one girl, she had hit me up, and she was always, as long as I know her, she's dated females, and now she's dating this guy. And I was like, well, I just want to see y'all have sex, because I want to see you take some dick. Like, I need to see this with my eyes. And she was just like, nah, me and you need to have sex so he can watch. And I'm just like, so what now? And so she was like, yeah, you just need to come join us. And then she asked me what my rules was, and so I asked her, and she was like, well, I don't think that he could join when we first have sex. Like, maybe he could just watch. She was like, because I'm not there yet, like, with him to allow him to have sex with somebody else. And I was like, well, that's real fucking cute, girl. Like, that's so adorable. But what the hell I'm not fit to do is give a show for your man. Like, like, no, ma'am. No. So I was like, that's cute. Like, you would allow him, you would give him that much to let him watch you have sex with somebody, but you wouldn't allow him to join in the sex.
Yes, that's not fair.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know if he would even. She was like, he knows how I am, and he accepts. You snapping the hell in this mic.
I thought that
I'm like, what is that?
I always crack my face. I always thinking hear it, because I don't go like all crazy like I normally do. I just try to do it once.
You did it real slow.
And it was like right there. So usually it's like here.
I was like, what is this noise?
I'm cracking my knuckles.
Okay. Okay. Get it together.
I'm done.
So we are at the end of the show. So if you want to plug your stuff, Dunny, tell the people where they can find you.
You can find me on Instagram at outandabout415, and you can keep up with all my events at outinlove, outenlove.eventbrite.com. Or you can join the meetup. All my events are on there. Black Singles in Charlotte, CLT for Charlotte. Feel free to join the group, like the Facebook page. My Instagram is outinlovesingles for business stuff.
And you guys can find me at Southern Belle Anita on Instagram. And our Instagram is ashotofnoire.
With an E.
Yes, with an E. And the same for our email. It's at Gmail. So it's ashotofnoire@gmail.com. And like our Facebook page, we definitely need some love there. Definitely like, subscribe, and share. We definitely appreciate all the people who listen to the podcast.
And share it on their story.
And share it on their story, and share it with your friends and things of that nature. We love, love, love that, because without that, we won't be able to reach those new people, and they get to hear about our little quirky lives and our mess that we go through daily.
And we'll have a guest next episode.
Yes, I know. It's just been us for so long. They're probably like, what the hell happened? So definitely going to start getting some people back on the books, because I said it was going to be a whole bunch of dope-ass guests this year. We ain't had nobody but our black asses.
Yeah. Because, I mean, we're dope enough. I feel like we're pretty dope. So.
We are, but we got to get some eye candy in here.
I'm excited
and so,
about this next. Actually, I'm freaking nervous. I don't know how to have conversations with her.
next guest so fine, and I am...
Just don't, please don't embarrass me.
I'm not gonna embarrass you, bitch. I'm trying not to embarrass my damn self.
Just don't tell her that I've had a crush or anything like that.
Bitch, I'm gonna tell her I had a crush.
Okay.
Like, bitch, you is fine. She's sitting over there.
Wait, I was thinking her earlier. I'll see her this weekend, so.
She is so fine. I've never said 2 words. And we keep saying she. The mom, fine, okay?
She is.
Fine. And so.
Had a crush for a very long time.
Yeah, I'm like, child, look here. I will throw all these niggas away.
And she's also a partner, so I can't really cross that. Do parties together.
But I ain't never partner.